Shalom, shalom. How you doing? Quick Sunday. This is a Sunday. I don't know when you might hear this or watch this. Obviously, it won't be on a Sunday for everyone. But I want to address something real quickly, if I can. You know, I've been paying attention to certain things, and I didn't write anything down, so I'm probably going to be kind of all over the place, but I'll try to keep it simple. I would just want to say that we, as so-called African American or so-called black people, we don't do enough research. We don't know enough about ourselves. And I was talking to my wife about this, and I was saying that they know more about us. They know more about us than we know about ourselves. While we are partying, having a good time, ignoring certain things, ignoring things of life, news, wars, biblical prophecy, learning, understanding, trying to get knowledge, obviously knowledge that we have not had because we perish for the lack of it. While we're partying and while we're doing all this, they're learning about us. They know exactly what triggers us. They know about our bodies, about the melanin in our skin. They know if we lack something, that it can be our demise. It can hurt us. It can cause cancer. We don't know anything about our bodies. And most of us, we say, you know, if it's not in the Bible, I don't want to know about it. We're, tunnel vision, only in church. And I'm not saying church is not important. I'm saying it's very important. But we have to have a little here, a little there. We need to learn about history. We need to learn about our digestive system. We need to learn about everything. And if we look back at our ancestors, I remember hearing that if we said anything about our ancestors, that was witchcraft. Like we talking to our ancestors and who are dead and stuff like that. But now that I'm awakened and so-called, what we call woke, I'm learning more about what we did. And I've been telling people, what is it about our past, our ancestors before 1619? The Gentiles is not going to talk about anything. Do you ever hear them talk about anything before 1619? Even the things in school. We don't talk about anything before 1619. We haven't learned anything. They don't teach us anything about 1619 or before. Matter of fact, they want to get rid of the 1619. They don't want to even hear that year being mentioned. Or it's what they call CRT, or critical race theory. They don't want to be reminded of what their ancestors did to our ancestors. That's in the past. That's over with. But 20, 30 years from now, we'll never forget about what Putin did to Ukraine. We'll hear about that for the next 100 years. But they don't want to hear about what their ancestors did, not just ancient ancestors or ancestors way back. I'm talking about 50 years ago, 40 years ago. They don't want to talk about stuff like that. So we got to learn who we are, what about our bodies. We need to learn, I'm being vague, we need to learn about who we are and what we can eat and what we can't eat, what they're putting into our food and so forth like that. Because like I said, while we're not paying attention to it, they're paying attention. They've been studying us for a very long time. They know everything about us, but we know nothing about ourselves. Nothing. And I have to throw in the pastors, because most of the times the pastors, I didn't say all the time, I said most of the time, the pastors are not going to talk about this kind of stuff. If it ain't bringing money into their offering plate, if it's not talking about, building their numbers and how we can make our numbers grow in the last days, big churches and trying to be who's who, you know good and well that if it's not about that, you can't get a conversation to them about anything. Matter of fact, if we start talking about generational wealth and money and stuff like that, that's okay. And black empowerment is okay when you talk about money and stuff like that. But when you start talking about who we are and so forth, I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Nobody interested in that kind of talk. They got preachers that saying, nobody want to hear about that stuff. But talk about generation. But talk about money. Talk about who's probably in sin. They're okay with that kind of stuff. Talk about worship. Well, they're okay with that too. And not to put any of those things down, but it's more to us. If you do the research, it's more to us and about us than meets the eye and than what we were taught. And even going further, that we were made in the image and the likeness. Do a research for yourself and look at image and likeness. There's two different things. If you look at image and likeness, that would tell you a whole different story. But nobody want to do that. All we want to do is buck and shout and dance around, run around in church like we having a seizure and like we're in a trance all the time. And we know worship works. We know praise works. But what about putting money? What about getting money and blessing our people to come out of poverty? What about that? And I heard somebody say this, and I'm gonna end this. I heard somebody say just yesterday, and they said, "Where's my millionaire? I've been prophesied to that I'm gonna be a millionaire. I've been prophesied to that I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna be this and that and the other." And I've heard it in churches as well. Prophets come in and do this and that. Then if it don't come to pass, it's your problem. You the one didn't have faith. But we still have people prophesying all this kind of stuff, and nothing's come to pass. Where's my money? Where's my $1 million? I planted a seed. Where's my $1 million? That's a whole nother story. Where's my healing? Why my kid ain't come off of drugs yet? You prophesied it. Why haven't it happened? Matter of fact, my grandmother died, and you said she was going to be healed. We got to wake up to these scams, different things to get poor people's money. It's time to put up or shut up. Learn. Get knowledge. That's why God said, the scripture says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. It's time for us to get knowledge. And don't try to make me feel like something is wrong because I've got knowledge. If I've got I'm getting understanding. Quit it. Like I'm demonic because I have knowledge and understanding. Quit it. I want to know when I'm going to get my blessing. I want to know when I'm going to be, when my time is going to come and what's more about me because I'm in the image and likeness of God. I want to know. Okay, I got to go. Have a good day.